Welcome everybody, my name is Shoaib Ahmed and I'm a teacher working in London. Today's video is all about teachers having a God complex, and I hope we all understand what a God complex means. It means that you control everything, you are the most knowledgeable, you know everything. And over the years, working especially as an advanced practitioner, I met many teachers who had a God complex, who thought that their lessons were masterpieces when in fact, even according to Ofsted inspectors, they weren't, or experienced reviewers, experienced practitioners, heads of departments, senior management, and they would refute all of the feedback. They would say, what do they know? They don't know anything. And I've met quite a few teachers like that. And today's video is all about this God complex and how to counter it. You can be a specialist in your subject, no doubt, but teaching that subject is a whole different realm. It doesn't mean if you are the most knowledgeable in your arena, you can communicate that knowledge to somebody else's understanding, and especially to the levels that people sometimes need to teach. You might be at level 1, you might be at level 2, level 3, all the way to 6 and 7. But it doesn't mean you can teach all of those levels. You could be a doctor in, you could have a doctorate in your specialist area, but it doesn't always mean that you can teach. Teaching is a whole different realm. The best way to eliminate yourself from having a God complex in the classroom and keeping yourself humble is to constantly ask for learner feedback and be open to it. Take it as constructive criticism. This is something that a lot of teachers that I've met over the years and worked with, criticism isn't something that they take easily. It's like a personal attack. How dare you question how I teach? Best way to stay humble in the classroom with your learners is to constantly ask for feedback. That can be through your assessment for learning. That will teach you how well that activity went. What did your learners understand? Where did they have any miscommunication with you? Because the learners are your customers, and as the business saying goes, customers are always right. The learners will tell you what they enjoyed, what they didn't enjoy. And there's many ways of conducting those kind of surveys. You can do them at the end of a topic so that you know when the coursework's due in, or there's a midterm exam, or there's a mock exam coming up. You have some knowledge of what the learners have struggled with, what they're confident with, what you communicated really, really well, and what didn't go down so well. All of those things will help you provide revision classes that are far more effective. Just going through your syllabus or your scheme of work and not checking where the students are alongside you on those train tracks towards the destination of an exam or a piece of coursework, to make sure that they're running parallel to you, it's essential. Learner feedback takes place. You can use Microsoft Forms, which is something that I've found very, very useful. Microsoft Forms is part of the Microsoft Office 365 package, where you can actually design questionnaires and then just email them to your learners. They can fill it out, and then it constructs the bar graphs and the pie charts and everything for you, and your feedback is very, very visual. You can have open questions, you can have closed questions, it's totally your call. But designing it is very, very simple, and I thoroughly recommend that teachers do try Microsoft Forms if they haven't done so already, especially in this time where a lot of the teaching is happening online. Microsoft Forms and Kahoot are really, really good ways of conducting learner feedback, because even though we might be very advanced practitioners or very experienced teachers in our realms, in our subject areas, this blended learning approach, this e-learning approach, these new timetables where learners are 1 week in and 1 week out, and just to manage those social distancing, all of those things that are going on right now, getting learner feedback is essential. Because the last thing that you need is, when the coursework's due in, those deadlines are missed, and the feedback that you get is, I didn't understand. Or the exam comes along, or the mock exam comes along, and the grades are really poor. And then the learners let you know when you're having a go at them, well, we didn't understand this when you went through it, we didn't understand that. So I thoroughly implore all teachers, especially in the current climate, to make sure that they are gathering learner feedback, because the learners haven't been through this new system that's come about, and neither of the teachers. It doesn't matter if you've been doing distance learning or e-learning for a while, this new concept is new to everybody. That's the video, guys. That's how you can eliminate the God complex from yourself in the classroom and make sure that you stay humble. It's really important that you're open to the feedback, to the learner voice. You're not defensive, you don't go on the attack. Yeah, you help the learners as much as you can. You customize the learning, you scaffold it, you make sure there is a flow of learning in your classroom and everybody's keeping up to your learning objectives. By doing all of those things, you will always ensure that your approach in the classroom is not one that's led by a God complex, but it's a very humble approach, full of integrity, full of the learner being at the heart of your teaching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel and you'll get notifications every time I upload a video. See you next time. Take care.